Come on, that mic.
Good afternoon, everyone. If I can have your attention for just a second. I don't want anything to be misunderstood in this meeting. Tonight is a federal election. If you have not voted, I please ask you to please exercise your right to vote at this time. First off, the reason why we're having an abbreviated council meeting tonight is because of the federal election. We're trying to make this as quick as possible. I understand that there are some people that's wanting to have watch parties and all that kind of stuff, and that's great. But we also need to conduct the business of the city. Any action of the council will have public participation. That is required by state law, okay? You do not have to sign up for that. We'll just come to the podium as we take action. We're doing first and second like we normally do, and then we will have public participation on that. Our regular council courtesy of the public participation at the end, the non-business part, is hereby suspended for this meeting only. It will resume at the November 19th meeting. This is in order to get us out here quickly. There'll be no council discussion and no administrative remarks, okay, to keep that fair. So the person that's on here is a guest speaker. I want to clarify that. It has already been signed up, and you can request to. Ms. Brenda will be glad to put you on here. You're allowed once a year to come as a guest speaker, and you'll be given 5 minutes to do so. So thank you very much for your understanding. We're going to start proceeding with the council meeting at this time. We do have a quorum, so let's get started. Call the council meeting to order for Tuesday, November the 5th. First off, we're going to have invocations by Councilman O'Reilly.
Let us pray. Dear God, we thank you for another beautiful day. Thank you, God, for letting us all be here and be a part of this day you created for us. We pray for our city. We pray that you continue, God, to have mercy upon Bogalusa, be with all council members, the mayor, administration, everyone, God, that make up this city. We pray, God, that tonight this business will be done according to your will. And I pray, God, you help us all to have the right courage and strength to do what's right in your eyesight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Secretary Ford, we have roll call, please.
Councilman Kelly, Anderson, President Irvin.
Here.
Councilwoman Douglas. Here. Councilwoman Smith.
Here.
Councilwoman Cates.
Here.
Councilman O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Taylor.
Here.
All right, at this time, also approval of the minutes held September 17th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
Second.
I got a motion and second. Roll call, Secretary Ford.
President Irvin.
Aye.
Councilwoman Douglas. Councilwoman Smith.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cates.
Aye.
Councilman O'Reilly.
Aye.
Councilwoman Taylor.
Aye.
Next, we have recognition and awards. Guest speaker, Mr. Spice Roberts. Mr. Roberts, would you please come forward? Mr. Roberts, please be aware that if you come as a guest speaker, you won't be able to come back as a guest speaker for 1 year. You'll have 5 minutes. Please state your name and address for the record.
Spice Roberts, 1127 Avenue J. Might be having me on as a guest speaker, but I come as a resident, a concerned citizen of Bogalusa, concerned about the issues that we have plaguing our city, concerned about the outside agitators that come into our council meeting to sow discourse amongst the residents and the people of our city. I'm concerned about the neighborhood violence that we have, still going on in the city. Calm down a little bit, but a lot has happened in Bogalusa that we can't take back. And moving forward in Bogalusa, we need leaders. And I'm all around the city looking for that leadership of tomorrow, not the leadership of yesterday. Some of us coming here still think that we fighting the civil rights movement. They still think that we fighting the civil rights movement. I pay homage and I give all praises to those who fought that movement and brought us to where we at today. But we not fighting that same fight anymore. We have young black people that's killing each other in the neighborhoods. They think the way you solve your difference is to shoot it out. We have some of those who come in here who has helped that. They have helped plague that. When I was coming up, I probably was about 17, 18 years old. And one of the same ones coming here, his son got in a dispute with a young man in the neighborhood. And he went and told his daddy. And when his daddy came and found a group of young boys, he opened fire on them. He started shooting at them. One of these same people come in here and call themselves a leader in our city and help flame that violence that goes on in our community every day. We need to get rid of them. We need new leadership. We need a leadership to bring Bogalusa forward. We're not fighting the civil rights movement anymore. Yes, there's still racism. Racism does still exist. But we have a bunch of people on both sides that's racist. We got black racist people. We don't have just white racist people. I don't deal with racist people, whether you're white or you're black. Color does not matter. I'm looking for people who ready to come together and do with the right thing for God's people. When I see a person, I see a person that's of God. I don't see color. I don't see Chinese. I don't see Mexican. That's not what I see. We need leaders who's calling people to come together, not holding petty differences for whatever reasons against anybody. We don't need people coming up here. We got sewer going in people's houses, sewers everywhere, and they're coming up here doing theater like it's not an issue. How dumb or stupid are you? If you got sewers spinning, that's major. That's a health risk. That's disease. That's everything that you would think of that could go wrong is wrong with that situation. Bogalusa need leadership, real leadership, not people coming in here just to be heard. Not coming in here with their own agendas. That's the problem. A lot of people coming in here with their own agendas. What about the city? What about the kids who we claim to care about, who we claim to love? What about them? Because they are the future. We have to teach them what needs to be done and what should be done. Everybody want to move, do this, do that, do that. What about this? Every issue matters, especially when it comes to the public. I respect every council member up here. I respect each and every one of y'all. And I only expect y'all to do the right things for the city. Don't do the right thing for me. Don't do nothing for me. Nothing. It's bigger than me. I was called here for a purpose. I didn't want to come here tonight, but I felt the need I had to be here. Not because of me, because what I see when I walk out of here. Neighborhoods run down. Kids, no direction. Education system, worst in the country. Right here in Bogalusa.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you.
Thank y'all too. And God bless Bogalusa.
Moving along. Next, we don't have, do we have a resolution? No adoptions of resolutions. Okay, all right. And then next we have introduction of ordinances. The first ordinance I'm going to read tonight, I will be reading an ordinance to authorize the mayor. These are introductions only, will be voted on in the November 19th council meeting. for public hearing. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to purchase a certain piece of property at 1204 Jackson Street to expand the Jerry M. Preacher Lee Memorial Park. This will be up for discussion at our next council meeting. Next, we have a ordinance to be read by Councilwoman Cates. This is an introduction only.
An ordinance to review, sorry.
Mrs.
An ordinance to review and approve FEMA mobile home of Andrea K. Laurent according to, ordinance per amended ordinance 2097, Division 2, mobile homes, house trailers, and non-conventional structures. 8, section 21-261, and as indicated, this will be discussed at our next council meeting.
We have another ordinance also to be read by Councilwoman Cates.
An ordinance to review and approve FEMA's mobile homes of Cynthia Bolton. An ordinance according to the mayor to enter into the First Amendment to Louisiana Commercial Leave Agreement between the City of Bogalusa, Louisiana, and Maximum Federal Services, Maximus. And this will be discussed at our next
Is that
council.
the lease agreement?
Yes, I did say this.
We have one more to be read by Councilwoman Cates.
An ordinance to review and approve FEMA mobile home owner of Cynthia Bolton according to the ordinance per amended ordinance 2097, Division 2 mobile home, house trailers, and non-conventional structures, 8, section 21-261, and this will be discussed at our next council meeting.
The next one to be read by Councilwoman Temples.
An ordinance to approve the planning and zoning request to rezone from residential to commercial for Standing Skids Learning Center located at 1846 Avenue West. And we will discuss and vote on this, at the next meeting, November 19th.
Is it L or K?
It's L.
Next, we have public hearings and adoption of ordinances. We have the first ordinance to be read by Councilwoman Cates.
An ordinance to demolish 212 Redmond Street due to safety matters. This particular home at 212 Redmond has been a eyesore as well as a safety hazard for many years. The property has been on the adjudicated list since 2009, and the home has been placed on the condemned list. And this is a new, legislation, revised statute, Title 23, Municipalities and Parishes, 33-4761, condemnations of buildings of all parishes and municipalities, which gives municipalities and parishes the right, if it's a safety hazard, to demolish the homes. And I discussed this when it was introduced initially as an emergency order. With that being said, I do make a motion to accept the ordinance and read as
I
written.
second the motion, but I have something to say about this one particular problem.
And let the public talk, and then we'll come back to council discussion. Okay. All right, we got, she did second.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, any public participation? You'll have 3 minutes to discuss whether you're for or against the demolition of 212 Redmond Street due to safety matters. Our city attorney did take a look at it, and it is a safety hazard, public safety hazard, and that's what's going to be considered tonight. If there be no public participation, I close current public participation. Now, council, any council discussion?
This property at 212 Redwood Street, this is too close to the edge of the street. So this needs to come down quick, because what I looked at, this house is breaking apart. There are still people walking in that area, and trust me, I wouldn't want to be one of the ones walking through there and this house collapse on me. So I would say this needs to be done ASAP.
Okay. Any other council discussion about 212 Redwood? If there be none, I close council discussion. Secretary Ford, can we have a roll call, please?
President Irvin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Douglas,
Aye.
Councilwoman Smith,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cates,
Aye.
Councilman Reed, Councilwoman Temple.
Aye.
Next, we have an ordinance to be discussed by Councilman O'Reilly.
An ordinance dedicating and changing the name of Main Street Park to Danielle and B. Keys Memorial Park.
Okay, can I have a motion and a second?
I second.
Okay.
So moved. I thought you motion. I'm sorry.
That's what
You motion.
You got the motion and a second.
I motion.
And you said,
Tamara made the motion, and then Councilman Cates seconded. All right. Now, public discussion on renaming the Main Street Park.
Can I just ask one question? I'm all for the renaming, but I recommended this back when, for Cassidy Park, and I was told that the individual had to be dead at least 5 years before. Last council member from Ms. Hicks, we understood that. It's a plaque.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally different than this renaming. So I'm still not, I'm confused if you have to be there. I requested a national landmark for Danielle immediately when she died. But I was told that could not happen because she had not been dead for 5 years.
From my understanding, it was street names.
Yeah.
And not
Street
parks.
renaming, you'll have to be dead for 5 years.
So street renaming is different from Cassidy Park and also different from plaques.
Yes, from my leg.
So, right,
Yes.
so why wasn't I told then, at that time when I asked about it? I don't wanna call no name. And I think you remember last council meeting, I said something about it. I said, I thought they had to be dead 5 years. I'm for this, don't get me wrong, I'm all for this. But I need clarification on this. What is the allotted time? And what's the difference between a plaque, a street, or a bridge in Cassidy Park?
Well, actually, if I may comment on that, started, I want to say back in 2016 or 17 or so, where we renamed street for Mr. Nomel Keller. During that time period, and during that time period, it was an exception made, it was perused by our city attorney at the time.
It was brought to my attention that Mr. Keller didn't have to do that, but that's why I was confused.
Yes, it was an exception made when Mr. Keller made by our city attorney, he went through it. After that point, the council did vote on, a individual being, deceased, 5 years, and I believe also, no, it was voted on before that time.
Yeah.
But at that time, we voted on if a person, wanted to, if they had been deceased at least 5 years, they would have to pay for their plaque. I mean, their street sign.
Their street sign.
More or less.
Yeah.
But, Councilwoman
Keys.
Keys did rename, a park, and she renamed, Mr. Sampson for honorary street sign, sometime back. But the primary reasoning for the 5 years is because the information has to go through 911 in the parish for street name changes. So that's primarily for what I understand, why they went with the 5 years.
Right, Mark?
Well, and I like to add to, and extract from what Ms. Case just said, the street, 7th Street, it is in, a dedication. The street is not renamed because you have to go out and get your petition signed for those in the neighborhood, and Ms. Keys didn't do that. However, the, citizens of District B and the family came together to get it dedicated, and he does have, Mr. Sampson does have his name on top of the street, but it still
I'm
remains
for
7th
it,
Street.
Danielle.
Yes.
I'm anything for Danielle.
So, and
I just
it's
wanna
probably
understand.
because the language that you use, so with the
Yeah.
different language bearers, that's probably why you
As
was
a matter
told
of fact,
that.
I think it was named after somebody that you recommended, Ms. Cates, for that little bridge area, Cassidy Park, which was. Yeah.
Miss Jenkins.
Miss-
Gail
Exactly, exactly.
Jenkins. Yes.
So that was during the time frame I was told it would take 5 years, but I'm all for it, I just wanna understand.
And just so you'll understand
I
the
don't
street
think you can
renaming
rename
stuff,
Cassidy Park,
it
that's the
is a
foundation.
pain in the butt for us to rename a street. Everybody's gotta get a new driver license, you gotta change your deeds, you gotta change all your paperwork with it. So it's better to do an honorary street marker, like
Right.
the city of New Orleans. That's where we got the idea from.
But it can be done, though, right?
It can still be done, only in certain cases, that's what I'm saying. And there's an ordinance pertaining to what you just discussed, about the street renaming. But that person would have to be dead for 5 years.
Yeah.
But the problem is,
And the
you're
person,
gonna have.
excuse me, Mark, the persons on that street that live there too have to
Yeah.
sign a
Have to sign.
petition.
Yeah,
and be
to
willing
rename it like
rename.
Norman Keller did.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard
That
to
was
rename the
petition.
Cassidy Park because that is named after the founders of the city.
Right. Well, I just wanna make sure I get clarification, I'm all for it.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything being renamed after Danielle.
Mhm.
So I don't have nothing against that.
Next, anybody else open participation? Get out of your name.
Good evening, Rhonda Renday, 8260 7th Street, Bogalusa, Louisiana, 70427. I love the idea of that. I just wanted to ask, I don't know what y'all have to do, have to go back to the table on it, but can, y'all put, electricity over there and some water? I'm just asking.
Like the Main Street Park,
Mm-hmm.
so we can look into it. So that's what I'm.
Because, it's no water, I'm just asking,
Who's and you're wanting the city to maintain that?
what, to put some electricity over there, like they got at,
Well, see, the thing is, when Councilman McCree was on the council, even though I served as the council person for District B, he was over the council person for District C, but he did get it passed through the council that it has a timing. So at a certain time, it really doesn't need any lighting because they're gonna have to leave from there anyway.
no, I was talking about electricity, like, or
For,
some other point. Yeah, like, what you get, you know, get water and then, like electricity.
are you referring to like if you wanted to host the event during the
Yeah,
daytime?
yeah, to plug up,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah,
that's what I was asking.
yeah.
Now,
I'm not for sure about the water part, is Mr. Patterson may could answer that, but as far as the electricity part,
You know, just
we
for
can work on
some
getting a light
outlets,
pole
some
there.
plugs.
Yeah, we can
That's
do
something
that.
the administration can discuss among, and work on, but that's, I don't know if that's,
Right.
that would not be a council issue.
Oh, okay, well, who would I have to talk to about that? Yeah, so, the administration, okay, well, administration, I'm asking, can we get some electricity plug-ins over there and some water? Thank you.
I would like to comment as well, Mr. Brenda. I'm certain, the council person in that district can present a work order to present to the administration for lighting. We do have electrician, we still have electrician on board, correct, Mr. Patterson?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that work order will go through the system, kind of like a paper trail, if you will, for electricity to go through the administration and then work order and then through the administration for electricity. There's no lights over there at all.
All right, there be no more public participation, council discussion. Council discussion.
Well, I think that our council made Councilwoman Dr. Keys is very well deserving of this particular name change, you know. And I'm sure her family, Mrs. Stalling, her mom, her family would appreciate that as well.
I will tell you, I miss Danielle very much. I enjoyed her talk. She's extremely smart. She put children first, and she still is on this council. Any other council discussion?
And I would just like to say, to the family, this is a great tribute. Thank you, Councilman O'Ree. And if she was here, she would not want it to be named after her, but after her son, as she wished for the Maggie part. But may God continue to bless her family, and let's remember to keep her son in prayer.
And also, I don't want to open Pandora's box tonight, but Ms. Preston, we do have 21 parks in the city. We have the most per capita for our residents. We're truly blessed. As we sit here tonight, the town of Franklinton has 9. They have to beg the Washington Parish Fair Association to enter on that property to use it. So we are truly blessed as a city.
And I'm glad, because I'm with Danielle.
Right. Right. But anyway, let's move forward and time for a roll call. Secretary Ford.
President Irvin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Douglas. Councilwoman Smith,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cates,
Aye.
Councilman O'Ree,
Aye.
Councilwoman Temples.
Aye.
All right. This time, do we have any other business on the thing?
Nope.
I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda.
We're making a motion to amend the agenda.
Second.
Okay. We're making a motion to amend the agenda for
Okay. An ordinance to readopt, override the veto ordinance 2820 as to provide either print or electronic financial statements for the Bogalusa City Council Finance Committee on a monthly basis.
All right, first off, we have to have public participation on amending the agenda. If you wish to speak on about just amending the agenda, this is not voting on, this is not public participation on the actual override itself. There be no public participation, council discussion on the amendment. There be none on that, we close it, but this is to amend only, this is not an official vote. Or what is the official vote to amend? Roll call, please.
President Irvin,
Aye.
Councilwoman Douglas. Councilwoman Smith,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cates,
Aye.
Councilman O'Ree,
Aye.
Councilwoman Temples.
Aye.
All right, next, we're going, could you reread it, please, for public? So we all
Yes,
understand what it's
please.
on?
Whereas pertaining to the veto ordinance 2820, an ordinance to either print or electronic, or electronic financial statements, resources to the Bogalusa City Finance Committee on a monthly basis. Whereas During the year of 2024, the Bogalusa City Council members made numerous verbal and written to include public records requests to either print and or electronic copies of the financial statements in order to determine financial strength of the city of Bogalusa according to the Louisiana Government Budget Act and statewide agreed upon procedures as fiduciary responsibilities as public officials or officers charged with the responsibility of the public finances. Any public official who knowingly and intentionally adopt, amend, and implement an adopted budget wherein the expenditure exceeds the funds available may be found guilty of malfeasance in office and subject to the penalties contained within the criminal statutes, revised statute 14-134. Whereas the following entails reasons for the veto dated October 23rd, 2024, override the veto. Dear council members, I hope this letter finds you well, and I am formally to veto ordinance 2820, an ordinance to provide either or electronic financial statements, resources to the Bogalusa City Financial Committee on a monthly basis. Override. Whereas Bogalusa City Charter 2-12C ordinance of the mayor shall be submitted promptly to the secretary, who is in turn shall provide them to the council at the next regular council or special meeting held at least 7 days after publication of the veto statement. Should the council vote to re-adopt the ordinance by favorable, by favorable vote of at least 2/3 of its authorized members, the ordinance shall be considered finally adopted and become law. The veto to the mayor. Okay, wow, I appreciate the intent behind the ordinance and recognize the importance of transparency and accountability to our city's finances. Override. Whereas the importance of transparency and accountability is a major end duty to the public official. Accordingly to the statewide agreed upon procedures, request report contents to include revenue and expenditures, amendments, estimate of financial and new revenue changes in the plan, or any changes in the plan. Revised statute 3 that may relate to 91352B2.
We have no idea what that
I believe that the demands of the ordinance are both excessive and necessary. Override. Whereas the actions of the veto override in providing all required perhaps would prohibit section 207 independent audit The council shall, as an annual independent post audit and such additional audits as necessary of the accounts and the evidence of financial transactions. Meaning we wanted to avoid these particular
Point of
audits.
order. Let's get down to what we're asking for.
Okay.
Let's get down what we're asking for. Where it says the actual audit. Let's get down to what we're asking for.
Okay. Well, this section is, this section is important too, but it will be posted. It will be posted. Okay, all right, one moment, please. Ma'am.
We're fixing, listen very closely to what we're asking for.
Okay. Request that the mayor agree to comply with the applicable provision, Bogalusa City Charter, said the local government and the Local Government Budget Act that made the Bogalusa City Council to accomplish the goals of providing either print, electronic financial statements, resources to the Bogalusa City Council Committee on a monthly basis. Number 2, to request that the needed information no longer than 30 days. Number 3, the documents are needed to review of our 2022, 2023, 2024 closeouts. The documents are needed to review, once again, those particular closeouts and the budgets for the upcoming budget for 2025. This may assist the city in adopting financial management procedures and internal controls and requirements of the Louisiana Government Budget Act. We request that the financial department shall ensure that the monthly reports, financial statements, and resources as listed in ordinance 2028 are prepared and to given to the board each month so that they will be able to use these instruments in budgetary decisions. The reconciliation and bank records shall be reviewed by a second person who does not have daily responsibilities with the bank statements. Any difference, abnormalities, or unusual transactions reviewed and discovered by the revenues shall be noted on a reconciliation sheet and shall be investigated. Independent revenue reviewer shall be, and an independent revenue reviewer shall be signed. Reviewer shall be signed, and the reconciliation sheet indicating review. Whereas if the finance department is unable to or unwilling to provide these duties, then a CPA or other resources or other sources shall perform these functions. Therefore, be it resolved that this particular ordinance is part of our ordinance to conflict with any other repeal. This is to be effectively hand-passed by the council and signed by the mayor. If not signed by the mayor, then the effective print provided for the Bogalusa City Charter.
Okay, thank you, Councilwoman Cates. So to recap, we're requesting publicly in a public council meeting to turn over all bank statements, credit card statements, income, balance sheets, everything for 2024 before we get into other activities with our finances. The council has not received but maybe just one thing from August. So that's what we're requesting tonight. So do I have a motion and a second, and I'm open up for public participation? So, okay, I got a motion, you got a motion, you got a second, okay. Now, public participation. You got 3 minutes. Either one, whoever wants to go first.
Yvette Preston, 641 St. Augustine Street. I'm not exactly sure what I just heard. And why are we introducing an item that affects the people that aren't even in the city council meeting, meaning the financial person, meaning the mayor? We, as citizens of this community, don't have the authority to give you that authority to request these documents. So to request these documents and an adjustment to the agenda, we have never even seen before. This is ridiculous. Come on, guys. We gotta be more prepared than that. Even if you're trying to introduce it, let the parties involved be in the room. Don't make those decisions when they're not in the room. We as a community can't give you that authority. So why are we even introducing that?
The charter already gives us authority to do so.
If the charter, then why are we introducing it?
That's because the charter has been ignored up until this point. And
We can't control it.
I'm just stating this. So we're publicly requesting these records in a public council meeting.
But should the individuals that produce those records be in the council
No,
meeting?
they do not.
So how do they know?
They will know that we're in a public council meeting. We have our city attorney sitting here. That's all we need.
All right, so this is an introduction,
No.
No, this is an
We're voting
override.
on it.
an override to the agenda?
Right, he vetoed our ordinance, asking for the public records, and we're doing a veto override.
But we have no control over that as citizens at the city council meeting.
You don't.
That's an
you do have
administration
control
of
over-
council.
Wait, hold on. You do have control over you.
Don't
You a
y'all
citizen.
talk?
Wait 1 minute. You are a citizen. You pay tax dollars, right?
Yeah, you overrule us.
Yes, ma'am, but we run this before the council, the citizens. 2 meetings ago, 4 meetings ago, the mayor vetoed it. We're just overriding his veto.
Yeah.
Well, should he be here?
The charter says all we need is the man over there, Mr. Kevin May, to be here. Now, what I can do for you, I can get you a copy of the charter and
Yeah, well,
give it to you.
let's get clarification.
And I
think
think
that's
a lot of
what-
citizens need to read the charter.
Yeah, we don't know only what you're telling us.
That's right, yes, ma'am.
Well, stop right there, Ms.
Cause she
Preston.
Yeah,
Every-
we only know what you're telling us.
Every municipality in the state of Louisiana, every alderman, because we're one of the few cities that's got a town council, the rest of them are called aldermen, board of directors. And every one of those that we call, we're getting their monthly financial statements. Not one. They said those are supposed to be automatic. We don't
Should
have to
we work
look
with
at
the
records.
attorney to get that?
No, you don't have to do that. All
Well,
actually.
I thought he the only person who'd be
The
here.
finance director, whoever's the finance director, is supposed to attend the finance meetings, read us the statements, sit down with us, and every single month. That has not been done until only this recent council.
So the financial director never provided that to you, and you guys are now just bringing it up?
Yes. Yes.
No, that's not true.
Well, that's not.
Don't say yes to that, Cause you're
We're
gonna
just bringing that up
confuse.
to you.
Don't
and council.
not say yes to that, cause you're gonna confuse her
And
even
council.
more.
All
The
right.
problem is, a lot of people get up here and speak and have not read
Marvin
the charter.
Austin, 736.
Yes, sir, Mr. Marvin, but I'm
Wait a
talking,
second.
but I'm talking.
Tamara.
I am right, he is council.
I was still talking to Miss
This is
Preston,
my
who had
time.
answers.
Listen, I'm claiming my
Hang on,
time.
Robert. Let Mr. Austin have his 3 minutes.
Marvin Austin Senior, 736 Florence Avenue, Bogalusa, Louisiana.
Thank you.
Now, I heard Miss Kate that she was reading this. And the way she read it, it seemed like she was trying to change the city charter of the positions of the council and the position of the mayor. And that had to be done by a public vote. The city council can't do that. And President Irvin, I know you're aware of who PAR is, or what PAR is. You know what PAR is, Ms. Kate?
Yes, I do. In fact, I
Put-
have a
put
long,
this in action,
I have
and
a
it
long,
says that this council form of government
I have a long.
is one of the better councils in the state of Louisiana. It's the strong mayor council type of
Form
form
of
of government.
Yes.
Now, I don't have a problem with the council wanting to know about the finances, but it's a proper way to do it. You have audits. When the audit is completed, then it's presented to the council. And if you have an issue with it then, that's when you bring it before the public. But I think it is very indecent and unfair when the administration, look, that's, the city attorney don't only represent the mayor. He represents you too. When Mr. Dale Branch sits there, if it was something I wanted to know, I went to Mr. Branch. And one thing about it, he would tell you the truth. I think Mr. May would do the same thing. But for y'all to try to act, and I'm not going away. You know, I've heard my reputation tarnished, but thank God for America, and thank God for the judicial system, because the judge saw it another way. Everything was discharged against me. When somebody pulls a 45 on you, you have the right to defend yourself. So I had to sit there through these lies. But God knows the truth. And I'm glad that that young man is found religion. Because part of the problem was the drugs in our community. And at that time, he was part of that culture. You know, well, it's a way to do things, it's a way to do it properly. Thank you.
All right, I wonder, and I'm gonna let him take the spot. Mr. Austin, once again, you were on this council, right?
Right.
All right, now, we are requesting monthly financial statements publicly in front of y'all in a public council meeting,
You have a finance committee.
okay?
You're the president, you're supposed to sit on the finance, all committees.
Right, I do. And what has happened here, we are supposed to automatically get those. We don't have to public records request nothing. Only the citizens can have the public records request that. We, the council should receive that every single month and
The
did
mayor is the chief administrator of this city.
did in Toys.
You are the legislative part.
Right. Toys administration, Mizell's administration, Peretz administration, sat down there at that table and explained everything every month to us, and when we asked for the credit card statements, brought them out. Did you know we hadn't seen a credit card statement since 2023, since 2023? So that's why we're publicly bringing this out, and it has been reviewed by legislative auditors, okay? This is what we're doing tonight, and it's perfectly legal. It is called a veto override, it's rarely done. We're within our right to ask the mayor to provide those automatically every single month to us. All right? Now, next person, please.
Richard Brewster, 1932 Lewis Street. Councilman, y'all doing what you believe is right. If the mayor don't have anything, if the administration don't have anything to hide, if I don't have anything to hide, you can get all my records every month. Y'all work for the citizens. Tobias, I might call his name right, maybe a couple of Tuesdays up here. I pay taxpayers' money. I want to know where every nickel spent. And if the administration is not doing anything wrong, they don't have nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. That's common sense. That's common sense. And for somebody to get up and justify why he shouldn't do that, he should be glad to do that. Because he's trying to do what is right. And Tobias, he done gone. Whatever, y'all ain't got a future. Because the things he said. But the administration ain't got nothing to hide. He should turn it in.
All right, next one. See, there's a big race. All right, please take
Keith Merrill, 925 East 4th Street, apartment 7. Y'all asking the mayor for a financial, that's cool. That's good. But I see a lot of hypocrisy hypocrisy with this council. I see a lot of two-faced game playing. I'm just gonna call it like I see it. Anybody, Ray Charles can see that, and he's blind and dead. So he can see that. Why did y'all ask for financials from the last administration? If y'all did, then y'all would have known about all that money that supposedly came up missing.
Now, Mark, you need to sit them down, cause.
It was on the news, Channel 8 News when they came here, talking about the ARPA funds and all that stuff. And all this money that was allegedly stolen. Did y'all ask for, right after the election, did y'all ask for a financial statement? Y'all couldn't have. Wait a minute. If y'all asked for financial statements and y'all didn't try to push the issue over what y'all saw on those financial statements, then hey, maybe y'all were part of the problem with the last administration.
Thank you.
All right,
How can
Keith.
you keep part of the
Listen.
problem of the last administration when we
Hey,
don't even
when
know?
that 22 audit is handed in,
That's correct.
that will tell you everything that went on with Wendy's. And Mr. Marvin Austin knows that. It'll tell you everything that went on with Wendy's. Okay? It's an independent audit. So we'll find out if what you're saying is
He
accurate.
said, where's the money?
Where's the money?
We'll find out, see if what you're saying is accurate. Go ahead, Mr. Farrell.
Thank you, sir. 1931 Deepwood Place. I see a neglect of duty from you all. Like Mr. Merrill said, it was over $400,000 was bought out from the past administration that you all do not talk about, but y'all can bring up about what's going on with this administration now, but I don't hear nothing like what went on with the previous administration. That was terrible administration, and you all do not talk about it, because you all part of the problem. Because you all did neglect of duty. It's the truth. Y'all can shake y'all head, y'all can walk mom and grandma or whatever. True facts is right. It's just true facts. If you're gonna do right by do right by all. If you're gonna do wrong by all, so do wrong by all. But right now, I see nothing but a two-sided thing here. You all is coming up this administration, but you're not coming out the past administration. Because the 21, 22 budget still haven't passed. I don't hear y'all talking about it. And another thing, if you all really was concerned about Bogalusa, you all worked hard to try to get this city cleaned up. Like y'all trying to name parts of things after people's and streets after people's. I don't see nobody working hard trying to get the city cleaned up. Nobody. We come here and talk about what needs to be cleaned up, it goes to deaf ears. We had a public work, man, or whatever you want to call him, a code man working, trying to do things about. He got disgusted because when he about to turn the stuff in, he come in the courtroom and never get taken care of. So you all need to stop doing neglect of duty. Do your job and straighten up everything. Don't just come after one thing, come after all things for the city.
Yes, ma'am. Please state your name and address for the record.
Rhonda Arende, 8260 7th Street, Bogalusa, Louisiana, 70427. Okay, well, maybe I can just ask some questions. So I heard you say, Ms. Casey, that's fine with asking for the statements and stuff. Y'all say that with the past administration that y'all was getting it. The only thing that I want to know, because every time I come up here, I always try to tell everybody to work together. And that's what we all need to do. Now, moving forward, once y'all get those statements, go over it and everything, and I heard you say, and make sure I'm correct, that y'all say, if it's something that y'all see, y'all pick it out, put it to the side, and get it checked into. If it's suspicious things, well, what I ask, and I don't ask, I can ask y'all this. Well, if it is, because at the end of the day, the administrator and the council members have to work together. Is everybody gonna be willing to come to the table and sit down and discuss and go over things?
Hopefully, yes.
And speaking as a citizen, we get up here, well, I tried to tell everybody to be in unity and come together to work together for the city of the good. We got to stop getting up here, badgering the council, badgering the administration. We are all grown, and we're gonna have to learn to work together. And I hope after y'all get everything that y'all are asking for, that everybody can sit at the round table, go over things, and move this city forward. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, there be no further public discussion, we move to council discussion.
Yes, I appreciate your comments on tonight, and I've heard a lot tonight, but to say that the charter has been changed or manipulated is not certain. It is in the charter about the veto override. His veto was presented to us on the 23rd of October. The mayor had, I believe, 7 days to present his veto override, which it was walked into the council chambers, his override, and the council, we have 10 days to override a particular veto, which we are within legal guidelines. Now, it does some, Miss, I think she left, she mentioned something about, it was an introduction, according to, and you had said PAR, Mr. Oscar, according to the public notice, resource center, section 406, this is not only a introduction, but the council votes on this ordinance tonight. We have to vote on the override the time that it is presented. Also, I would like to say that Mr. Fate, from our last meeting, you had indicated, and as you did tonight, about the $400,000, which I did talk to the legislative auditors. Everyone remember me saying I was going to go and check it out, and I did present your question, Mr. Fate, about what is going on with the $400,000 that was in the report, the legislative report. As well, I'm checking on everything else that was written up for the past administration and this administration. And according to the investigative director, this information, as he said, if you read over the legislative report, is turned over to the district attorney's office and any other applicable agency that they're turning this information over. It's under investigation. Yes, it's being inquired, it's definitely being inquired about. As far as our 2022 audit, which I received a lot of messages today about it, the 2022 closeout, 2023 closeout, 24 closeout, so on and so forth. There has been reported, and if you're welcome to attend the finance meeting, but it's been reported that the 2022 closeout, there is just a small matter that's still needed for the CPA to complete the 2022 closeout. However, the major problem at this time is the money to pay the people. Now, we voted on E&A, the bookkeepers, for their contract to pay their fee, and so our last council meeting, they had not been paid. Also checked with our CPA. They had not been paid. Now, last week, we do have a new person that's assisting Mr. Bailey. He's doing a good job, and from what I understand, checks were mailed on last week to our accountant and to our CPA. But I need to verify, we need to verify exactly how much money was sent to them. Because, you know, them people not working for free, okay? So, that's what I'm running into now, and the finance committee is running into now, to make sure that our bills are paid so that we can move forward. And as I said time and time again, once that 2022 audit that closeout is done, the 22 audit closeout is done, it's forwarded to the legislative auditors, and that can free us time for us to get a actual extension on the 2023 audit. And then we can free up funds for us, grants and what have you. Also, I would like to say that, see, the public records request, it's been said time and time again. You did not, well, you guys did not do public record requests for the last administration. And I have a stack at home that I will bring in for you to see the many public record requests I did, not only for this administration, but for the last administration. In fact, all of you that watched the last fiscal administrator that came through, you could hear them say, where they commented to me, well, Ms. Case, you mean to tell me you have to do a public record request for your financial statement, for your own records? So, I mean, don't sit up and say that we have not ever submitted a request for the past administration. Okay, I know that Councilman Urban requested records in 2023. We did get a revenue and expenditure report, as I said last time, but it was done by intern. Okay, we did get one at our last finance meeting, but it was not a detailed revenue and expenditure, and everyone can examine that. We need to know where each, if all possible, where each penny is spent. That's what a revenue and expenditure report does. It tells us where the money's going and where it's coming in, and what our condition is here in this city. My main comment is to help me help you. That's all. Help me help you. Trying to help this city move forward. Help the mayor to move forward. Someone indicated we're not working hard. We're trying to, Ms. Faith, clean the city up. Do you know most of us spent the whole weekend writing work orders for the pumps and the pump schools, water going everywhere, turning brown? The whole weekend, just about. That's our job. We didn't have to do it. Councilman Douglas, going in different areas. We spend many hours for this $250 a month. Every 2 weeks, rather. 250 every 2 weeks, which is fine. Now, that was vetoed as well. Our particular raises. But hey, you heard me say I don't need a raise, you know. But all I'm asking, we're here to serve you and work for you. Is to help us. Help us. Now, I'm not certain, once this this legislative auditors, once they're, I'm not certain what they're gonna bring about, what's gonna be the outcome of that. I'm not certain, but I understand there will be an outcome. So we're all kind of waiting on that, on the final results. I appreciate your time, appreciate you, President Urban, on this, but this is something we need to start examining funds.
And while we're on the subject of finances, we need to continue, which the guys have been, working very hard throughout the weekend. I want to add in all sections of the city, with our sewer, and we have been reporting it to the administration, and they
Yes.
are on top of it.
Yes.
So, and, the problem is, it went into areas where you eat at every day.
Mm-hmm.
And we do not want people getting sick. So the council stopped at their jobs, all of us did, we were at work, went to investigate with our own eyes, because I don't want to hear about hearsay, and it being spread about hearsay. So we took photographs and reported it to the administration. But it happened at 4 or 5 different places.
And they're working.
And right, and the problem is being resolved. And I want to tell you, public safety comes first before anything we want up here or y'all want. Public safety is paramount. The sewer has to stay in the sewer system. And this costs money, and that's why we're asking for the finances tonight. We're
Yes.
asking for the monthly things. We're
Yes.
trying to get us off the non-compliance list
Yes.
and get these funds. Baton Rouge does want to hand us some money, but we gotta come off that non-compliance list and hand in that 22-23 audit. We're very aware of that. All right.
And with that being said, I also, and I know we're not to talk tonight, but I want to thank, Mr. Patterson, Miss Courtney Billiard, Mr. Perry. We all, and the mayor, we all work together to keep people safe this past weekend, and we still have some problems, and they're still out working, but we appreciate the work order was submitted, they were out there.
And this is part of finances, because it's gonna be very expensive to fix.
And we also like to thank the citizens, because when they call in, our constituents, they're very nice. They're not screaming, they're not cursing. They're just like, Councilwoman Smith, I have this problem at my home, this is my address. So thank you to the citizens for letting us know about the problems.
I want to say to Michelle and the lady, Ms. Preston, I think she's gone.
She need the charter. We're gonna give her a copy of the charter.
But we tried to work with the administration for months, informally, on getting some financial statements. I came in April, I said, repeat, I hadn't seen no financial statements to this day, or rehab. Now, I got an email, I got to look at what Ms. Case was showing, but I have not seen no financial. And the problem is, they won't come on here, we got to vote for something that costs $10,000, we got to vote for a few other things that cost money. And you want to consistently vote on something, and we don't have a clue how much money we have. Now, you got to be working with some level of wrongness up here to say, let me keep saying yes, and I don't know how much money we have. We know people have been lied to within the city, some of our firemen and other people, and people that's in the budget have not received what there's been a lot of lies been said. Let me just simplify and say it that way up. And so the reality is, we try to work with them informally. And Jerry Bailey sit here and lied to me. We was doing, he had a big presentation going on, and we was in here going over the 24 budget, and he said, we gonna have financials next week, and that sounded so pretty, so good. That was in June. It's November, and we still don't have them. So what I'm saying is, the problem is, and the public understand this here, you cannot run your house, your business, your life, spending money that you don't know if you don't have. Because the problem is, we gonna get blamed. They gonna throw us on the bus so quick. So the council voted for it. Council voted for it. That's gonna get a cop out. And so the reality is, we are in uncharted territory in the history of Bogalusa. We've never been almost 3 years down the road without an audit. So we don't know realistically what we look like. We don't have monthly statements, and we haven't had an audit since 2022, and in 2 more good months it'll be 25. So excuse us if we're a little hesitant and a little concerned. We try to ask for just simple statements. Tell us how much you're bringing in every month, how much you're spending. They lied to us for 6 months straight. Now we don't went to the extreme. We want to see everything because we don't know why we can't get the simple little paper. And so now I'm just a little more concerned. And so when I was on the council, Matt McGee, he was mayor for them 4 years. It was coming off Hurricane Katrina, and I be dog. He found a way to get us some financial statements. They was not on time. We were about 2 or 3 months behind. But at least I'm sitting in November, I see what we spent in August. And then December, I see what we spent in September. So at least I got something to vote on. So our Mazel was probably 15 days behind. Cause he had his stuff together, and so I said here, I was able to vote easy, yeah, go ahead on, but we got money. We don't know how much money we got. So again, to the public, before you pick a side, try to find some truth in whatever you're thinking. Because in reality, if you were sitting up here and you had to make a decision on how to spend some money that's gonna come back on you, you would at least wanna know around part figure of how much do we have? And we don't know that. So we sitting up here blindly voting and then gonna get condemned and criticized for however we vote, and we don't even have a clue how much money we have. So that's why in this case, we had to bring this back up to redo this veto, because we need to know how much money we have. And it's a shame that we are city council members, we're responsible for the finances, and we don't even know how much money we have. Now that's pitiful.
All right, with that said, on closed council discussion, we're going closed council discussion. Secretary Ford, roll call, please.
President Urban.
Aye.
Councilwoman Douglas. Councilwoman Smith.
Aye.
Councilwoman Kay.
Aye.
Councilman Ari.
Aye.
Councilwoman Tinsley.
Aye.
All right, now, there is a thing we do have to come from the finance committee. I need to make an announcement from the finance department. Mr. Jerry Bailey did call us council today, and he wanted me to announce that there will be a tentative special call council meeting for Tuesday, November the 12th, 2024, to introduce the budget, okay? That's tentative. If Mr. Bailey has the budget finished by that day. If not, that meeting will be canceled and it will be kicked to a future date. But that's tentative, okay? That's introduction only of the 2025 operating budget for the city of Bogalusa. Introduction only, there will be no public discussion. Public hearing will be held at a later date. I won't get into the thing, but remember, this is a tentative date because Mr. Bailey is still working on the budget, but he asked me to make that announcement. I don't know if that's going to happen. So bottom line, we're going to be a 5 people, just going to sit down there and news, and then we'll leave, okay? All right, the next regular council meeting will have the whole turkey gravy and everything. Next council meeting, remember, this is a federal election. You still got about a little over an hour to go vote. At this time, the next council meeting will be Tuesday, November the 19th at 5:30 p.m. Meeting is adjourned. Good night.